This is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I worked at IRS over a decade. I have a whole team of former IRS agents and tax attorneys on staff. I have worked thousands of cases, as you can imagine, doing this long. Many of those cases were at IRS. I have a team of revenue agents and revenue officers and tax attorneys. I want to talk to you about, I was a revenue officer, and as a revenue officer, it was my job, mean guy, to collect all the back taxes. And I know firsthand versus what IRS is going to do on cases. Just when you hear a lot of other people, they learn about and make their YouTubes after what they've learned about from people like me. So I want to caution you about other people and who you actually go to hire eventually. Um, if you owe over $1 million to IRS, I'm going to tell you exactly how they will work your case. Like I said, I've worked many of those, so here's exactly what they will do. First, when they get their case in their inventory, they will have on their computer different systems to go ahead and check you out. What banks you use, your last 6 years worth of information. They can pull up your gun permits, how many times you used your passport. They can contact or have access to different government agencies' information on you that they can put all into their portfolio, their file, to go ahead and start building information that they have on you. They can look at your business licenses, what your gun registrations look. They do every kind of check that you can imagine. They'll pull your credit report, probably if you owe over $1 million, because they're going to want to find out what your charges are, what your average charges, a list of everything that you've purchased on all three credit reports. If they want, they can go ahead and summons information to pull your last financial statement you gave to a bank institution, so they'll be better prepared there when you give them their financial statement. IRS is very tricky. They have a lot of tricks up their sleeve when you owe that sort of information, that type of dollar amount. So you want to be very truthful as a revenue officer. There's nothing worse than confronting someone or have them come in the office and then you find out, well, they're really not telling you the truth. It really doesn't sit well. I didn't sit well with me because they knew where they were lying. So the first thing a good revenue officer will do, the case will be down at the local office. You'll usually get like a 725B letter that says come in and bring these records. They're going to want to make sure you're current on all your tax returns. They're going to want to make sure you've made estimate payments or you have enough withholding being taken out. So they want to make sure you're compliant both in filing and estimate payments, usually if you're self-employed. Then the next thing they're going to want personal financial statements. At the revenue officer level, they're going to want a 433A. At the business level, they're going to want a 433B. And with that, they're going to want all documentation that goes with that. Then once they have that documentation, they're going to ask how you plan to pay it. And usually there's three ways IRS is going to close that case. Either with a payment agreement, a currently non-collectible, which means at this time you can't pay it, or you may be able to file for an offer in compromise. Usually what good firms like us are is we look at your financial statement first, kind of beforehand if we can, and we say, we may have to change this, we may have to do some modification, legal modification here, because we want to make sure your returns are filed, you're up to date on your estimate payments or withholding to put you in good standing with IRS. You cannot possibly get someone's financial statement early enough because there's just many changes you can make within that to make you look better with IRS. Here's another sneaky little trick I used to do. I used to find out if they had a home, whose their homeowner's insurance was, and I'd look to find out if there's any riders they have on, anything like artwork or jewelry, and you may not have reported that on your financial statement. So IRS has a lot of tricks up their sleeve. I just wanted you to know that. So if you owe over $1 million, someone like me would have gone ahead and worked your case, and my bunch of former IRS agents on my team would have. So we know, in fact, what they're going to do. One of the reasons you want to hire a former IRS agent along any of the facets of IRS representation is we actually know the system. We know it really well. I've been doing this for 51 years. Give me a subscription. You can share this if you want with someone else, but we are really good. When you call my office, you speak directly to me. Thank you for your ear today. I appreciate it.